that Grace again?
Sounds like it.
Warren!
I think he nipped out, Denise.
Oh, nipped out? Is this a holiday camp? Oh, can anybody else hear that? The staff in this place are deafer than the residents. I tell you, something's going to have to be done about Grace because I have had it up to here.
Vera Sadler. She's the one who thinks a cat's the mother.
Pardon?
She believes in reincarnation.
Well, so would you in her state of health. Right. My mobile's on if anything else crops up. Hold your horses. I have got something that will put the glow back into those wan cheeks of yours. Thank you, George. You look lovely too. Party at my place. End of the week. Best frock, bring a bottle.
Oh, what's the occasion?
All will be revealed on the night. You better count me out. Oh, come on, Helen. No, honestly, George, parties aren't really my thing at the moment. I better get going. Ronnie's invited all his single mates. She'll have your pick.
Hello, Millhouse Centre, Sarah speaking.
I'm sorry, Helen, I could shoot myself.
I'm sorry, who did you say was calling?
Yeah, my big mouth. Just leave it there, George. Yeah, I'm sorry, though, yeah?
Helen, wait. Yeah, can you just speak up a little bit?
I'm worried about my friend, Grace Watson. She needs the doctor.
Hello? Hello? He's rung off.
Who has?
Some bloke from Selly Heath Manor. He's worried about Grace Watson.
Selly Heath Manor. They've just come onto our books, haven't they?
Yeah, they were from the Devonshire practice.
And they've closed down. Bet we haven't got their medical notes yet.
Right, it's just off Columbine Road.
An anonymous call to see a patient I know nothing about. Still, give me a chance to have a look around the place while I'm there. If he calls again, say I'll be around later.
Georgie's party might do you good, you know.
Trust me, it won't.
Why not say you think about it, then she won't feel so guilty.
OK.
You'll come?
I'll think about it. Now, if you'll both excuse me, I've got visits to make. I'm Dr. Thompson, Mill Health Centre, here to see Grace Watson. You do have a resident called Grace Watson.
Yes.
Then perhaps you can lead the way, Denise.
Who called you?
They didn't say, they just said they were worried.
Oh, I'm worried about Grace as well.
How long has she been here?
Getting on for 3 weeks. She arrived just before I started.
So you're new?
That's why I get all the rotten jobs.
I see. Hello, Grace. I'm Dr. Thompson.
She can't speak because of her dementia. At least that's what I've been told. I'm only a care assistant, see.
Is there a qualified nurse on duty today?
No, Mrs. Anderson's away. She's the owner's wife.
And the owner?
He went to the bank. Might be back by now.
So could you find out for me?
I shouldn't leave Grace. She's nervous of strangers.
She'll be fine. And it'll be useful to have a medical background.
I do care about Grace, you know. Just because I didn't ring.
Now, Grace, I need to examine you, but I'll be as gentle as I can.
Mr. Trainer, another no-show.
Well, whatever it was couldn't have been important. Oh, what do you know about George's party? She's making an announcement.
I better get on.
So what was all that about?
George's party.
Oh, what party?
Well, as you mentioned it, I thought you and Mac would be first on the list.
Well, unless Mac's forgotten to tell me. Well, it's not anyone's birthday, is it?
Oh, you mean you don't know about the big secret?
What secret?
Search me. She's making an announcement on the night.
Are you the doctor?
Yes, I'm Dr. Thompson.
What's the matter with Grace?
I'm afraid I can't discuss her condition. You didn't tell me your name.
I'm Frank. I rang the surgery.
Well, I'm very grateful you did the right thing.
You won't tell anyone it was me.
Not if you don't want me to.
Please sit with me, Doctor. Just for a minute. Grace is my special girl. You find that hard to believe, don't you?
Not at all.
I'm worried to death. I've never seen anyone go downhill so fast. All the spark's gone out of her.
Does she spend most of her time in her inn?
She does now. She was transferred from another home. If you ask me, the move upset her. Starting raising the roof, calling people by the wrong names. Next thing you know, she can't speak at all.
Are you happy here, Frank?
Why, I enjoy the company of a bed on board and no responsibility.
And how did you get that black eye?
I walked into a cupboard door.
Mr. Anderson's just got back.
Well, I better have a word with him. No, it's okay. Just point me in the right direction.
Hey, down that corridor, second door on the right.
Thanks.
You rang the doctor, didn't you? Did you tell her how you got this?
What's wrong?
George is having a party,
Worst things have happened at sea.
at which she's going to make an announcement.
Yeah? What kind of announcement?
I was hoping you could tell me.
Haven't a clue. She's not going away again.
Well, the thought had crossed my mind.
Oh, that's just great.
Oh, hang on. We don't know for sure.
Well, where's she going this time? The Amazon rainforest?
Now, listen, calm down, you know. You know what George is like. Could be something completely silly.
Going to Australia was silly.
Well, trivial then. I don't know, maybe she's planning a hot air balloon trip.
Hot air balloon?
Or a parachute jump. Or maybe she just wants us to sponsor her for charity, so she's going to get us all into one room so we can't escape. Now, how's that?
You're crazy.
I do prefer optimistic.
Same thing.
Come in.
Dr. Thompson, Mill Health Centre.
Paul Anderson. Was I expecting you?
No, I was called in to see Grace.
Oh, sorry. Called in by whom?
I'm concerned about the level of bruising on her body.
She will keep falling out of bed.
Are your staff having trouble controlling her?
I'm not quite sure what you mean.
This is my first visit here, so I need to get as much background as possible.
Oh, of course you do. Fire away.
The manor is registered for both residential and nursing.
We are mostly residential, but we do have a few nursing beds. I should mention that my wife is a highly qualified senior nurse.
And the only qualified nurse you employ?
No, not at all. Our other nurse moved on. In fact, we're recruiting at the moment.
But your wife's away.
Who told you that?
Denise.
I think you may have misunderstood. Liz has been doing double shifts, working through the night. She has to grab the odd hour off here and there.
But I would still be able to ask her about Grace's care plan and medical history.
I'm not sure where she is at this precise moment. And she keeps everything under lock and key.
Well, I'm sure you're able to track her down for me.
I'll do my best. So you think there's a problem?
I'm concerned that Grace is showing extra-pyramidal signs, which could be an indication that she's being over-medicated. Her dosage will have to be reviewed at the very least.
This all Greek to me. You see, I'm the business brain.
Clearly. Well, it's no problem. I can wait for your wife. You've no objection if I take a look around while I'm here?
Oh, feel free. In fact, I'll give you a tour.
Oh, no, no need. You're busy enough. I don't envy you that paperwork. When you said Mrs. Anderson was away, what exactly did you mean?
What I said?
Away as in on holiday?
Look, if they close this place down, I could lose my job.
And why would they do that?
Mrs. Anderson's disappeared.
But I'm waiting for her.
Well, how long have you got? Look, I wouldn't know Mrs. Anderson if I fell over her. Before I started work here, she went on holiday and she's never come back. Everybody's talking. Like I said, she's disappeared.
Has George confided in you?
We need to know why she's having a party.
You asking me?
Well, I did overhear Sarah quizzing you.
And loyalty to the party should come first.
Slow down, Mac. Apparently she's making some announcement.
Vicky, anyone? Is this about George?
You know it is.
Oh, it's to do with Ronnie's job. He's been offered something really huge.
Who said?
No one. It's just what I think.
Well, as theories go, it's not bad.
Thank you.
Makes sense.
Long overdue, actually. Right, well, if that's the case, I am delighted.
I bet they're moving north.
What?
To where the new practice is, the big opportunity.
So, she could be buried in the ground somewhere and you're going to do nothing.
I think you're letting your imagination run away with you.
Look, the boss has lost it. He's boozing, losing his rag with everyone. You only have to look at Grace.
What about Grace?
She's covered in bruises.
They could have been caused from falling out of bed.
Doctor, she's terrified.
What do her relatives have to say about her treatment?
Oh, she's got a nephew in South Africa she never sees. Sometimes she looks at me so pleadingly. It breaks my heart.
Why didn't you report this?
I'm a single mother. A badly paid job is better than none. I'm not proud of myself.
This gets better and better.
Hi.
Afternoon. Hey, have you ever felt like you're floating on air and nothing can touch you? Whatever, Lynn, I told you. See, I should have had the morning from hell, but I have risen above it.
Good for you. Now, about this party.
Oh, good, words got round, because I wanted to ask you about caterers.
Sure. It's just that there's something we'd like...
I'm hopeless.
George.
If it's nibbles, I'm fine, but if I have to cook for multitudes or...
George, there's something we'd like to say.
Such as...
Are you leaving?
Huh?
Well, it's just that we heard you were making an announcement at the party and...
And we thought you might be leaving for faraway shores.
No, you thought... No, Ronnie would divorce me.
And there's nothing in the pipeline for him.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
So what's the occasion?
You'll have to wait. It's a surprise.
I've had enough surprises.
No, well, this is nice, trust me. It's lovely, even.
Oh, something lovely. Well, I'll look forward to that.
So there's nothing that I need worry about?
Mac, I think maybe we should go before we embarrass ourselves any further. I know a great caterer. I'll catch you later.
That's wonderful, Julia. Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Denise said I could bring you your lunch as a special treat. Grace, you're crying. What's wrong, sweetheart? She's run off. I've got no idea where she is.
And this is since the last inspection.
It's taken every penny I have to bring this place up to scratch. These new regulations have bankrupted me. Now Liz is gone.
When did you lose the other nurse?
She left before Liz. We couldn't afford to pay the going rate.
So you opted for cheap labour, Denise.
I'm struggling to keep things going. It was the only way.
Who gives out the medication?
I do.
And what dosage are you giving to Grace?
Look, she was out of control.
And now she's stopped talking and spends the best part of her life in bed. Have you over-medicated her?
I had to do something to protect her from herself.
This is abuse.
What are you going to do?
Phone social services.
He's evil, that one. He's been hitting her, hasn't he?
Not necessarily.
He gave Frank that black eye. He made me promise not to tell you. He's scared, see? Oh, there goes their lunch.
I'll go.
George and Ronnie aren't going anywhere, so crisis over.
I'm glad, but that's not why I'm here.
No?
But we can't go on being awkward with each other. We both got things we need to say, and...
About Liam, right? Well, I'm not sure that I'm ready for this.
Please, Julia, I've worked myself up for this, and it's got to be today.
What if today's not good for me?
I can't go through another day like this.
Ben!
I'm sorry that I hit Liam. I'm sorry that I've caused you so much heartache, but...
Well, what do you want me to say? No harm done?
No. Just be honest.
Okay. Liam did a very, very bad thing. He committed a terrible crime, but he is still my son. And I could have lost him because of you.
What happened?
She pushed her plate off the tray. She's a tinker. I'll get a brush.
Hang on a second, Frank. Why is her neck so red?
You're the doctor. You tell me.
Frank, what's this about?
Don't move.
Okay, I won't. I wish you'd explain to me why you're behaving like this. I mean, I'm only here because you called me.
I had no choice tonight. I knew that Denise was trouble as soon as she walked in, sticking her nose in.
So you called the surgery to take the heat off yourself?
You're smart, aren't you?
She never suspected you for a minute.
Good old Frank, eh?
Not if you attack me.
I'll tell him Grace hit you with a lucky blow. It wouldn't be the first time she's taken a swipe.
Grace is very vulnerable.
Vulnerable? Listen, years ago, me and her went courting. I was Miss High and Mighty's bit of rough. Isn't that right, sweetheart?
And she recognised you when she came here.
Started calling me fit to burn. No one believed her.
Why didn't you just come clean? I mean, what happened between you was in the past.
She had me sent down. She deserves everything she gets.
I'm sure she had her reasons.
I just helped myself to some stuff from her dad's house. I needed the money.
So you tricked her, stole from her, and now you're abusing Grace.
Don't scare easily, do you? I like a spirited girl.
Frank, you're only making things worse for yourself.
Listen, I've been in institutions all my life. Orphanage, prison, old folks' home. I know exactly how to play the game. Anyway, Grace has probably already forgotten what I just did.
I only hit him once. And then he fell back and hit his head.
Oh, please, Ben, don't.
Why did I do this again? Why did I put another man in hospital?
I don't know. Ask your therapist. Oh, I'm sorry. Look, I'm confused too. I've always had a soft spot for you, Ben. I thought I knew you well, but now I'm just not so sure.
Look, I'll never forgive myself for this.
But you want me to forgive you?
I don't deserve it, do I?
Look, I know that you never meant for Liam to be so badly hurt. But I can't forgive you for almost killing him. And this is me being honest, Ben.
Yeah, I respect that.
Thank you, Grace. We make a good team, don't we? Have you got your breath back? Me too, just about. Frank's with the police. One of these days, we're going to have a nice long chat. I don't know why you can't speak, Grace, but you can certainly understand everything I'm saying. Now, it may not be the dementia or the medication. It might just be the shock of the abuse. But one way or another, we'll get to the bottom of it. I'll tell the hospital staff what I think, and you never know, when you're in a safe place, you could be chatting for England. Social services will help you find a new place to live. You're not going to have to come back here. Now, there is a bit of bad news. If charges are to be brought against Frank, you may need to be examined by the police surgeon. How do you feel about that? That's what I thought. Together, we'll make sure he doesn't hurt anyone else. Well, you've got my statement and Paul Anderson's.
Frank maintains Grace tried to attack him. You walked in, saw him with the poker, came to the wrong conclusion.
Are you saying you don't believe me? I'm a GP, for heaven's sake.
We could be Mother Teresa.
Frank told me about his criminal past. Why would I make that up?
We've run a check. Found nothing to now.
What?
Clean as a whistle.
Am I going mad?
I suspect you wouldn't want me to record that.
There's a cover-up here. If it's obvious to me, it should be obvious to you.
Dr. Thompson, you can go now. I'll call you if we need anything else.
Frank, are you all right?
Don't worry about me, love.
Hello, I'm Dr. Robinson, police surgeon.
They shouldn't have arrested him. It is criminal.
I want this business cleared up, Denise. Why is Dr. Thompson saying these things about me?
I can't comment on that, I'm afraid.
You know, this man's got an heart of pure gold. You know, she's nothing but a snooty...
This way, please.
Oh, Dr. Thompson. She's a tortured soul if ever I saw one. I entered the room and I found Dr. Thompson holding a poker.
What was your instinct?
I never operate on instinct.
You're fair-minded.
I like to think so.
You abhor violence, don't you?
Absolutely.
You're a decent man. Fallen on desperate times.
That's true.
It's a question of survival, isn't it? Desperate times call for desperate measures.
How do you mean?
Decent man like you doesn't ask to be walked out on.
That's true.
Or to be bankrupted.
All my money went on selling things. Every penny.
And just when you think things can't get any worse, you get landed with a cranky old woman.
Cranky isn't the word I would use.
Sorry. Right. Have I offended your sensibilities?
I thought the extra medication would calm her down.
So, at what point did you hit Frank?
I didn't.
According to Denise, Frank told her you punched him in the eye.
Somebody's lying.
Someone? Not Frank, surely. You've known each other such a long time.
It was the beginning of last week. I walked into Grace's room. Frank was sitting on the bed. In that split second, I saw him pinning her down. Moved his hands away from her. Grace slashed her.
So what did you do?
I gave Grace some medication as usual. I couldn't stand another crisis. I had to keep going. Everybody loved Frank. I convinced myself I must have been mistaken.
Do you think that now? You knew an elderly woman was being abused. Not only did you look the other way, you rendered her incapable of doing much about it.
Yes, but I was at the end of my tether.
I wondered if I'd find you here.
I thought I might be hungry, but...
Job getting to you.
Maybe. Actually, I was just beginning to wonder whether the whole of humanity might just be a bit weird and dysfunctional.
Me too.
No, you see, that's when you offer me reassurance.
Will a drink do? I haven't had a chance to call Dr. Thompson and give her the good news. Maybe you'll call her yourself? Tell her I'll speak to her tomorrow.
Yeah, okay.
Hello?
Helen, it's Greg.
Greg, do I want to hear this?
Yeah, I would have thought so. Frank has a record as long as his arm.
Under a different name.
He said that Grace was using the wrong names. They must have just assumed she was confused.
And Paul Anderson...
Knew he was abusing Grace.
Helen?
You okay?
Torn between relief and fury.
Yeah, me too.
Listen, we'll talk more about it tomorrow, yeah? Oh, and D.I. Roth is going to call you as well, okay?
Thanks for this, Greg.
You're welcome. Thank you.
She a happy bunny?
Very. I don't know about this. I'm driving, you know.
So am I. But we both need to unwind. You don't have a hot date, do you?
Chance would be a fine thing.
Me neither.
I should think so too. You're a respectable married woman.
My husband's left me. I'm going through a divorce.
Before all this came out, I had you down as compassionate and honest.
Apart from when I lose my rag and throw a punch.
You're just a good man who sometimes loses control. But you care about the consequences. That's why you're beating yourself up like this now.
Julia, I'm scared that it might happen again.
So you're doing something about it. You're going to therapy. And you have a lot of very good friends who care about you and will support you, including me. Life's too short to bear grudges.
I wish I could take back what I did.
Listen, Liam's moved on and so must we. Right, well, I better go and lock up, and you've got a home to go to.
Julia.
Thank you.
There isn't even another woman. I said that before.
Once or twice.
Oh. What else is life going to throw at me? I must be boring you stiff whinging like this.
No, my shoulder isn't even damp yet.
So humiliating. They find that at work.
Well, they won't. Not from me, anyway.
He thinks I'm cold-blooded, career-driven. Do you?
Yes, absolutely. Well, cold-blooded people make the best drinking partners. Seriously, though, I think he's mad.
How would you describe me then?
Let's see. You are complex. No. You're multifaceted.
Oh, I should be married to you.
That would be interesting.
You expect people you love to understand you.
Doesn't always follow.
Why not?
I don't know. Well, I'm not an expert. But I think people could make more time to talk to each other.
You've done pretty well tonight.
Yeah, haven't we just? In fact, we need another drink.
We can't, they've just called time.
What? You're kidding?
We could carry on drinking. I've got a bottle of malt whiskey back at my place.
It's tempting, but I really have got an early start.
And I've got a spare room.
Okay, sold.
Come on, let's grab a cab. Craig.
The dangers of diamond smuggling. That's next this afternoon. Murder, She Wrote on BBC1. And tonight, the scenery of the Peak District hides a dark secret in a special feature-length mystery for Inspector Linley. That's at 7:30.